reference book.
Nice.
Oh my God. I'm not prepared at all.
And we are live here at Creature Creation. I'm very excited. I have 4 very big personalities, so I'll barely have to talk. First, let's start off with Nick, who is now back in the country and married, but not in that order. He got married first, I believe.
Yes, married first.
But tell us about
priorities,
yourself.
right?
That's right, priorities. Tell you about myself. Oh my God, I haven't had to do one of these in a long time. I'm kind of rusty here. So my name is Nick. Go by NJ Alexander. I'm a fantasy author. My debut novel is Fogbound. I've got it right here, and it is allegedly lost in the mail near the Bearded Book Beast. It'll get there eventually.
Okay, Maddie, who are you and why are you silly enough to be here again?
I'm Maddie Clements. I'm known as the Emerald Dragon Lady on Instagram. I'm an art reviewer. I read lots of books, lots of genres, and actually fantasy is my top one. And I think I'm here because I've read all of Mike and Rose books, honestly.
Oh, wow. All of them?
Except for your newest one. I have yet to get that one, but I've read all of them.
I binged it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, there's issues, but add details.
Chapter 18, read it twice.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's because chapter 19 is exactly the same as chapter 18, except the 1-digit difference because there was a printing error. It wasn't on me at all. It was entirely the printer.
Just blame Amazon printing. I think that's fine. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And on cue, Mr. Lawson here is telling everyone, read chapter 18.
I haven't read it yet. I really have to get in there.
And then last but not least, oh wait, Laura, we didn't talk about you. I meant to.
I was almost away. I was almost free.
Sorry, Laura.
Oh, so close.
I will hide my face in shame. Tell us about yourself.
I am Laura. He's going to hold up my book for me. I am Laura Huey, fantasy author. I have 3 books out. 2 are for my trilogy, Portal Fantasy, where humanity is fighting against the gods that are controlling them. And book 2, the one that Mike's showing up, is The Sunset Sovereign, A Dragon's Memoir. That is my self-publishing fantasy blog off semi-finalist. And it's got all the pretty internal artwork. It's when an assassin sneaks into a dragon's cave, and he tells her of his life's work, why he loves him, and it's why it's time to go. So.
And last but not least, the Bearded Book Beast, whose name is actually Chris.
Oh yeah, now everyone knows.
Doing,
I'm doing good. I'm the Bearded Book Beast. I have a YouTube channel where I talk about books, and it's a lot of fun.
Okay,
short and sweet. I love it.
We are going to start the creature creation. So I will put this graphic up, and your faces will go really tiny over on the side. There we go. So we start off, there's 6 categories, so you all get to pick one. Pick your category, then what you want
Mike,
from that.
Did you really spell my first name wrong?
I'm sure I did.
Like, I understand my last name being spelled wrong.
Don't know what you're talking about, Nick. So, and you're not the first person I've done that to. There's only been 4 of these shows now.
Does mine say Book Beast or Beak Beast? I can't quite tell.
I'm going to start introducing his book as full on.
It says Bearded. Trust me.
Okay.
We'll trust
now
you.
I'm worried.
So, Nick, you will go first. Pick the category and then what you want from there. Do you want terrain, size, strengths, weaknesses, diet, or time that it's active?
Ooh. Let's see. I'm reading this right now. Let's see what we should go with. How about we start? You know what? I'll be basic. We'll start with the left. We're going to go with terrain.
Okay. What kind of terrain does this creature live in?
This creature is going to live in the caves.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to just go down the line here. Maddie, you get to pick one. You don't have to go in order. You can if you want.
I am a total rebel. I'm not going to go in order.
All right.
I like it.
And you know what? I think I'm going to go with strengths.
Okay.
And I am going to say that it can regenerate.
Ooh.
Okay. Laura, I mean, sorry, I can never always do that
You
wrong.
you did it perfectly. You combined both my last name and the first name.
And keep in mind that what you all don't pick, I get to pick one of these categories, and I can try to, really hose y'all. So, pick wisely.
Weakness, I'm going to go jawless mouth.
Jawless mouth. All righty.
Sorry.
And Chris,
Ooh,
that leaves
man.
you. You got 3 to choose from.
What do I want to do? Let's see.
Size, diet, or active time.
All right. Well, I think what we have to do is once she chose jawless mouth, that made me think now it has to be a carnivore because I got to see how it's going to eat meat now. That's terrifying to think of.
It's gonna be very creative.
Yeah.
I believe I misspelled carnivore. Shocking, I know, to everyone.
Wow. How could you?
This is the 4th show, and I'm the only one who caught it. So there you go. Okay, so I'll let you all pick. Do you want me to pick the size or the active time? And I'm going to roll the dice for the last one.
I think you should pick the size.
The size?
I'm with him on that.
I was gonna vote active.
I was going to say go size.
Oh man! All right,
Okay.
paper X's.
Ooh. Uh-oh. So we're divided? Uh-oh.
We are.
Uh-oh. Well, in that case, I'm going to go with size because that was said first.
Darn, I wasn't fast enough.
And I'm going to say the size is small. Like a cat or a dog. That's
I like
the
it.
size.
Make it.
And now we get to roll the die. 4.
Wait, so does that mean I own our animal so far right now? Because I have a cat and she likes to hide under the blankets and she does
Oh.
love meat, but she does have a jaw.
She's
But I will tell you, some of those hairballs are disgusting to watch.
And I rolled a 4, so it's only active during the moonlight.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
So now you all start brainstorming. What kind of creature do you have? I'll take notes for you all. Go over here. So over here is what we have so far. And then, so what kind of creature? Is this going to be a lizard? Is it human? Is it just a short human? Is it a furry?
You know, I kind of like the idea that it is a fuzzy animal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were talking about Garfield earlier, so I think it's kind of working out.
Yeah,
So yeah, I like the fuzzy
I
component.
like that too.
Yeah. Let's see.
I still don't think like a jawless mouth is a weakness. It just means it's kind of like a frog. It
Mhm.
can open its mouth more to swallow everything, which can
draw.
True.
Does that mean it has like a long tongue too?
I think so.
You know, sometimes when I
think
think of
it's good.
jawless mud, I think it can swallow everything whole like a snake.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Oh, so maybe it has a snake-like neck or something. Like its neck is like snake. You can like.
See?
Oh yeah, there we go.
Just to give you
Here's some.
inspiration.
Yes, inspiration. That's the word I was looking for. So it's snake-like.
Okay. How many appendages does this thing have?
17.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Huge number. I was going to say 12. You're even better than me.
We're on the same wavelength here. We don't have to go with 17. I'm just BSing here.
Oh man.
I was gonna say, Laura, it looks like you and I are the tame ones of the bunch.
I'm actually game for 17 because if you think about it, they can come off like one and they just pop off. Kind of finger lens there.
There we go. If
We're
it
talking
doesn't have
about
a lot, then
snake.
it just have one or something like that.
So I'm assuming one of those limbs is a tail because it'd be odd to not have an even number of legs. But
But why couldn't a tail also have stuff spitting off it or splitting off it? To help it grab.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that a lot.
Okay, so not much of a cat anymore. That's good.
Do we have ears like a cat? Let's just ask about that.
We can do that.
We
Yeah,
can
let's
do
do that. Ears like a cat. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, either
Yeah.
that or Bat Ears is in a cave.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
that's good, Maddie.
That's spooky. I like it.
And it hangs upside down.
Yes.
I
With
say
the
yes.
moonlight and everything. Yes.
And the unhinged jaw coming at you from above. I like it.
Ooh.
It's just getting wider as it dives down to get you. That's kind of terrifying. Or does it just drop down, open up?
Ooh, that's true. That's true.
I like that.
Ooh. So we'll put wings for now. But I mean, that might be preempted later, but for now, sure.
Yeah. All right. That works for me.
Is it vocal like a bat or a snake? Does it do a hissing or is it a cry out? Is it something we could hear as people, but other animals don't, or the other way around?
What if it sounds like a person? Like its screams sound like a person?
All right, President Snow.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to throw.
Hunger Game horrors there. There you go.
Wait, why am I on the notes?
Yeah. They're important notes.
Very important.
Okay. Anything else, or do you want to go and get our first couple monkey wrenches to see how much we've ruined this idea?
I'm ready for monkey wrenches.
Rock and roll.
Son of a bitch.
Hopefully we don't bite off more than this can chew.
Okay.
We're assuming this can chew.
Yes.
Okay, so who would like to go first and give me a number between 1 and 10?
Chris wants to.
All right. 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It has sloth-like speed.
Oh my gosh!
I can outrun it.
Unfortunate.
Yes.
It's avoiding that vulture. If it moves too fast, it gets spotted. That's how it's catching up to us.
Right.
Okay. Now I need one more person to pick a number from 1 to 10. Who would like to do it? Okay, Laura, that's you.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. It has a huge, heavy skull.
Oh, what?
It's got to survive those dives down to get creatures.
That's true.
Oh, heavy skull. Okay, got it.
It's got that additional protection, like a woodpecker when it makes that impact with the ground.
Yeah,
It doesn't rattle the prey.
Yep. Nice.
Okay, does this change your creature any, or give you any other ideas for what it could do?
So
I mean,
I
with this,
feel like because
it's a giant head.
Yeah, but it's sloth-like speed with a heavy skull. I feel like it has to hang from the cave.
It has to.
That's
It's falling over anyway, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like with that, it doesn't have wings. Like wings would defeat the purpose of having a heavy skull.
True.
This is this poor thing trying to fly with the heavy skull probably looks kind of sad.
Have
Go upside down with that.
Yeah,
Have you seen other creatures that were made here?
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Had basically a tadpole with a clamshell that lived in the desert.
He's trying his best. Let's see.
I feel like now that we said it sounds like a person, what you just described, I feel like it should talk like Eeyore now.
Okay.
I like it.
And it's gonna have to talk.
I am sorry to all you Winnie the Pooh fans.
I do not know how to spell
right now.
Eeyore. Is that Eeyore? I don't know how to spell Eeyore.
I think
E-E-Y-O-R-E.
Nice. I think there's an E at the end.
E-E-Y-O-R-E.
Y-O-R-E. You know what? Now that I see it, yep, that's it.
Yep.
This is why I'm not an editor. Okay, so it only comes out in the moonlight. How does it get out of the cave? Is it still flying?
Very slowly, apparently.
It's got limbs, so I could say that it could walk or crawl or something.
True, those 17 limbs. Help.
Yeah.
So this is a
17
millipede.
limbs that have not been defined.
Yes.
Yeah, are the wings actually real wings? Like, could it actually be more of a shield protection?
Ooh, there you go.
Kind of behavior, like a grasshopper opens and closes their wings and it has that illusion on there. Maybe that's why it comes out.
Illusory wings. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it'd be hard to fly really slow, I think, like a sloth.
Yeah.
You're just going to fall.
You're right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, you right?
Well, like a panda, will roll down the hills to save energy.
Oh, that's
Yes.
funny.
But how does it get back to the cave before the moonlight goes away?
Oh shoot!
Slowly.
Oh. Yeah,
Very slowly.
very
That's true.
slowly.
Gotta have an innate sense of time. It glides.
It glides, yeah.
It
does need to
has an
have-
exit at the bottom of the cave, so it can climb back in down there.
There you go.
Maybe it can burrow, so it can get out of the cave like underground.
Ooh, that's a smart defense.
Maybe it can burrow. Yeah.
So
Okay.
does that mean it has kind of like front claws?
Yeah.
You got
Well,
17
with its
limbs.
multiple limbs.
Yeah, maybe like each set of limbs is something a little different. Like it's got two
Ooh,
sharp ones for burrowing, two soft ones for I don't know. the
Oh, you
world
just
is our
saw-
oyster here.
For
Feel free to keep going.
Yeah.
You're
I
on a
don't
roll.
I don't know if I can think of too many others.
what else has it got?
Jeez.
Oh.
We're gonna have to circle back to what these soft.
You
ones
know,
do.
I think if it's sloth-like and it speaks like Eeyore, it's gotta be able to, and it sounds like a person. It's gotta have some kind of alluring quality to lure its prey in, because no one's gonna wanna go there.
So it's like a mermaid kind of
Yes.
thing.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh.
A siren call.
Yeah,
Yeah,
siren.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a
okay.
siren. Okay. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Are we ready for the next two monkey wrenches?
Yes.
Okay, and I can never remember who. I think Laura and Chris, you picked your number. So Maddie, pick a number between 1 and 10.
3.
Okay, pick another number. We had that last time.
Oh, okay.
It was hibernate, but that's no fun. It only comes out in moonlight anyway.
Let's go with 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, well, it's solitary.
Okay. Solitary animal.
I mean, it goes so slow. They just bump once and hope that something happens like an earthworm passing by.
And Nick, you get to pick a number between 1 and 10.
9.
9. Okay.
Oh no. He looks excited.
I know.
Compound
Although-
eyes. Oh no.
Oh gosh.
All
So,
right.
yeah, her scene in that cave, it has compound eyes. Very, very helpful.
Very useful. Yeah.
Mhm.
How did this creature survive?
Very carefully.
Yeah, and slowly too, apparently.
Does it does its own siren call and it's so
Yeah.
slow? Does it more depend on not normal visual cues then? Like, is it
Smell? Maybe? Is that what we're
Yeah.
thinking?
smell, vibrations? Like,
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
vibration.
That'd be a good way to get around in the dark.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
could it be like the hammerhead shark with how it sends out kind of various magnetic signals to get an idea what's around it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sends out
Dave
signals.
is saying it's the panda snake sloth.
I was gonna say now.
It's kind of what we're getting at right here.
Location.
Oh, okay. So I think we're ready for our last two. So let's see. I am going to roll for the first one. A 2. It has launchable quills.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
With all the limbs,
Those
I just like the
poisonous?
idea.
Yes.
Yeah, with all those limbs, it could just
That works
start
good.
throwing 'em. Yeah, this is actually pretty good for our creature.
so now we've launched into Stegosaurus because it can launch its quills and regrow them.
Yeah.
Love it.
Or is it launching quills or is it launching some of its legs?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. All the above.
And the last one is for me to pick. Let's see. I don't want to do unhinging mouth because that's pretty much already assumed. Oh, there's not anything here to really mess you all up. That's
We have created the perfect creature.
Yes.
yes.
It's just not cute, so we're not going to.
No,
Yeah, I don't think this thing's gonna be cute.
it's not very marketable.
No, it's not a marketable creature.
just because I think would be funny.
How is it gonna run? Oh no!
Slow-mo.
Or
This
if
thing
you
is
want-
small. What on earth is not
Or-
going to threaten it?
I tell you what, we'll do a switch here since I'm running this thing. We can say it just curls up like a pill bug when threatened.
That
Works
would
with,
make
that
sense.
works with the wings.
That works
Yeah.
with the wings,
With the quills, with the wings, it works.
Kind of becomes like almost like an roly poly with a pufferfish effect in a way. Like, oh, I gotta protect myself.
Right.
And all the legs and quills go on the outside. Yeah.
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 Okay. And what was-
Maybe stonefish would have been better representation of this. The big jaw
I
that
was
they
thinking
suck everything in.
lionfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, lionfish. Yeah.
So we have, what is this? Is this a millipede? Is this a bat? What is the shape of this thing?
Yes.
Have we determined how
Millipede
small this
bat.
creature is?
It is cat or
Yeah,
dog.
we did.
Yeah, he said it was cat or dog sized.
Okay, cat or dog
Okay.
sized. All right.
Well, what kind of dog? I just saw like a 2-pound dog.
I
Or
know,
is it
I-
a
Right? And I
80-pound
had
dog?
a 60-pound dog, so
Yeah, is it a Great Dane or is it a Bichon?
Yes. And good thing Dave is not here, or you'd have spaghetti quills.
Spaghetti. Ooh.
Ooh.
ooh,
So it also serves as a food source.
Yes.
Wow.
a deadly food source.
Deadly food. Because right. I'm assuming they're
The
uncooked
carnivore.
pasta. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Imagine it's shot cooked spaghetti.
Yes.
Wow.
That could be part of how it draws people in.
This thing is gonna
It does
thrive in
aroma.
Italy.
Free food.
Oh my god.
In its ear voice, I have free food.
It might get me, man. I mean, it's gonna launch cooked pasta. I might go
Come
for that.
on.
I'll let you collect the pasta while I make the sauce.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. That's great. Big here. Wow.
Okay, so does this thing have fur? Does it have a carapace?
We said it was
Oh.
fuzzy, right?
It does have.
But is
fur.
it long fur or short fur? Like, are we talking, pig fur technically is short and prickly, or are we talking soft as a cat?
I think long would be cool because all those limbs could be hidden under the fur and just fly out
Ooh.
randomly.
And the-
Oh, that's
Yeah.
terrifying.
I know.
Do it.
And
Yeah.
also the quills could be hidden as well. So
Yeah.
you think it's just a giant caterpillar, and
Yeah.
Nope.
know how
Literally
wrong you are.
cat,
That's right.
pillar.
Ooh, I like it.
Ooh,
I
yes.
like
I
it.
do. I like it. That's
Yeah.
genius.
I love it. I love it. Caterpillar. Beautiful. I love it.
So unhinged jaw, wings, 17 appendages, which we still have not all that much defined, but fine.
We'll get there.
Nick is President Snow.
Apparently.
It sounds like a person, heavy, huge skull, hangs from the ceiling, or is it still hanging from the ceiling?
Yeah, maybe
I
it's
feel
back,
like during the daylight, maybe that's what it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
maybe the back two appendages are like super strong, grippy kind of things.
There we go.
Yeah.
I like it.
And with all those limbs, those back two appendages could be strong enough to help it stand up and attack,
That's true.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Make it really tall.
Mm-hmm.
So is the head the face of a cat with a mouthless jaw, or what?
Oh, that'd be creepy.
That would be.
Well, if that's the case, it's got bad ears too.
Oh, that's right. It's at the back.
Oh, that's right. We did give it bad ears. Yeah.
Yeah.
So bad ears, jawless mouth. What color is this? I mean, it's in a cave, so I don't guess it really matters.
Hmm.
It does come out at moonlight, though. So
What's
You
the
would
color?
want it kind of spotted then if it comes out at moonlight, because it has to stay constantly in shadow.
Mm-hmm.
So it's polka dot.
A panda. Yeah, again. But-
It could have the panda featuring stuff because it could still hide in weird spots like that.
That's true. Yeah,
Mhm.
polka dot panda. I was
Purple
thinking
glows in the dark.
purple, but I was like, that's way too stupid. There's no way I'm saying that.
That's okay. If
Don't
we
have it
make a
glow in the
plushie
dark.
version of this, if there's ever a plushie version, we can do it purple and glows in the dark, and every kid will want it.
Perfect.
yeah,
Yep, that's
yeah.
great. It's like a shiny
And
Pokemon.
when it's one of those things when you squeeze it, all the limbs pop out with the quills.
Oh, amazing. We're gonna get
That's
merch for this thing.
So
That's awesome.
I send these to my cover artist to draw after this is done, and every time he's like, "What were they on?"
I wish I could say something, but this is just me.
Right. This is
I could honestly
yeah,
say
normal.
Dr. Pepper.
I mean, yeah.
Whatever my husband brews, so I don't know.
This is not water, it's Dr. Pepper.
Right.
Okay, so we're going with Caterpillar is
Yes.
the name of it.
Yes.
Okay. What is its food source?
Did we say if it was a carnivore or something?
It is a carnivore.
It is a
Carnivore, yeah.
carnivore.
Chris,
Okay.
you picked it to be a carnivore.
I did. I did.
What does it eat? Where is
Let's
the food
see.
source, rather?
Oh,
So
man,
what
it's
is
in
it
a
able
cave.
to eat in the moonlight?
So it goes out of the cave. I mean, it's a cat-like, but I mean, do you think it could take down like a deer, or is that too big?
It'd have to
It
catch
goes
it.
too.
all those,
It
all
goes
those-
too
Oh, yeah,
slow.
it's
It looks
not gonna-
for free.
it's slow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. That's not gonna
It's
happen.
looking for things sleeping during the day, I would say. So, like, not the crickets or
It
anything.
could go into dens where
Ooh.
other
Yes.
creatures are sleeping for the night.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
Then it doesn't have to worry
Sorry,
about
Chris.
the food source running.
That's good.
That's good.
Okay. Okay. Move. How is its favorite movement?
I think
Does it walk or does it fly or is it like an ostrich and it just beats its wings to look helpless and stupid?
I
If
would
its,
say it
if its
walks.
head drips or falls down.
I think
It
it just
doesn't
uses.
move very fast.
Yeah, it just kind of uses all the limbs to just
I
plod
think it just
along.
pulls itself.
Kind of like
yeah.
the millipede.
Yeah. And like the strong ones in the back that let it hang from the
Yeah.
ceiling, those can like push it forward or something.
Right.
Yeah, because they're very
Like
strong.
a worm.
Yeah, almost like a worm. This is messed up.
Sleep time is day. Nest layer home. It's in the cave. Where does it hang from the ceiling? Are we going with that for where?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. It's solitary, so there is no
Solitary animal.
special structure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Loner.
You could say it hangs from the
Language?
ceilings of the invaded
Human.
den. Sorry, I'm getting a little dark.
What did you say? Wait, hold on.
I said it could hang from the ceilings of the invaded dens.
Oh, so it eats the thing and then takes
Oh,
over
it
their
takes
home.
over their den. I kind of like that.
Whoa.
So
hold
it would be
on.
like a nomad kind of
Yes.
creature.
Whoa.
I like that.
Yeah, we're going with that.
Yeah,
So it
I was gonna say
doesn't
that's
have
really
a
common
home.
with snakes, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Okay. What is the biggest threat to this slow-moving 17 appendage with quills?
Probably
creature with-
itself, honestly. It's just so slow.
And it's a big head.
Like if it hits its head on something, I don't know.
Very
falls from the
clumsy.
ceiling. Yeah, maybe it's clumsy.
And how long does this thing live, assuming it doesn't fall and kill itself?
6
97
years in the wild? Oh, 97. Oh my goodness.
I'm just throwing out numbers.
I got it. 17 years after every year an appendage falls off.
Oh yeah.
love it.
Oh, there you go. That's a nice reference to like the Nine Tails instead.
Yeah.
Inverted, but yeah.
Yeah. Loses
Hey,
limbs.
that gives us humans an advantage, at least those of us who can count.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah. We just got to wait till they're like 15, 16 years old.
Right.
Yeah.
God, how does it move once it loses all its legs?
They probably don't actually live that long.
Probably doesn't move very
Yeah.
far.
I was
Maybe
gonna say when it's down to those last two in the back, that's pretty easy prey.
Mm.
Once it's down to those
Okay.
last two, it's like I volunteer as tribute.
that's right.
Yeah, right.
That's when it leaves its eggs or whatever it has.
Oh,
behind.
yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, how does it reproduce? Do we even want to think about that?
Oh.
It has a lot of appendages. One of
It's
them
a
could
very
be used.
solitary creature, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know.
It shakes with itself and they split, and there you go.
Oh, maybe itself. Yeah, okay. That's how it reproduces. It's just itself.
Yep, there we go.
Oh, so wait a second. So maybe when it gets to be like, most of the appendages have fallen off, whatever, it uses the last two to mate, and then they fall off and it dies. And that's how
There
a
you
new
go.
caterpillar is born.
There we go.
So the
Got
thing has to wait 16 years to mate? Really?
Correct.
And it only lives to be 17?
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Could have gone with chapter 18.
And can we work grapes in here somehow?
We can say that it likes grapes. If it
Yeah.
can't find food source, it'll eat a
True.
grape if it really wants to.
No. Okay, well, that is plenty for my artist to think that I'm on drugs or something. So,
Oh,
the next,
my husband has a suggestion for reproduction.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
As it is ready to lose its appendage, it will stab its appendage into another creature, and that is how it creates the next
Ooh.
offspring.
I
Whoa.
like that. It's kind of like
Almost
a vampire.
almost like a parasite.
It's
It
like
just
Yeah.
parasitic.
so
That
the
is
last
sweet.
thing it kills, it just puts a parasite in instead. I like it.
I like
it's
that.
parasitic.
There you go. I like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Works
Love
with the quill approach and everything. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And again, makes that squishy doll a little more terrifying.
I don't know what's worse, this one or the ugly dolls.
Oh yeah. The fugly dolls they call them.
I was not a fan of the ugly dolls.
Nice. I like that. Now I'm like, what am I going to tell the artist to draw? I'm like, we have so many fun things that could be happening here.
It could have artist interpretation for many of the appendages as well.
Yes.
What would you like them to be?
Keeping
this
in
is
mind
really-
everything that it does.
That's right. Yes. Make them useful. Every appendage has to be used for
Yes.
something.
Yep.
Okay, so now I think we've concluded. So the next big question is, Nick, what are you reading now that you're back in the country?
What am I reading? Oh, wow. Okay. So I actually finished 2 books while I was traveling. So I haven't started anything new yet, but I just finished Falling into Oblivion by Aaron Payne, and I also just finished Envoys of War by Dave Lawson. Don't know if he's still in the chat, but so some reviews are going out for those soon, but I have not picked up a new book yet.
Okay. Maddie, what have you been reading?
I've been working on my ultimate reading challenge, and I am about 1/3 through Priory of the Orange Tree, which is a very intricate book, and my Instagram followers picked it for me. And I'm like, what on earth did you guys get me into? I'm loving the book so far, but I'm like, I really don't have time to just sit and read it. So I got the audio book, and I've only made it 1/3 through in a week.
Ooh.
Whoa.
And that's at like 1.7 speed. And I normally listen to it faster, but I was afraid I might miss too much.
Laura, how about you?
I'm in the middle of 3 different books. I'm beta reading for a friend. They're writing a dystopian sci-fi story called Eve, and 3v3. I will mix that up all the time, but yes, that I am also reading The Tenacious Tale of Tana the Tender Sword, another Spiffo semi-finalist, and I am loving that. I'm reading that with my kid, and that is a great story. I know it's a middle grade story, but it's a lot of fun. The rooster's adorable. Tana's just a bunch of energy. And then I'm also listening to the audiobook The Seeds of War by Giles Silve. And wow, that is such a strong opening bit. I am halfway done with it. And the layering of that world building, it's such a joy. If you guys have not picked it up, it is fantastic. Like, he's going to really have to mess up this ending for it not to be a 5-star. It's great.
Yeah, and Dewey is doing a live reading tonight at 9 Eastern time. So
That's sweet.
Awesome.
chapters 2 and 3. He did one last week, so I have to catch up. And Chris, the bearded book beast. I bet you're reading books.
I am. So I also just finished not long ago Falling into Oblivion by Aaron. That's awesome. I am also currently reading Envoy of War by Dave.
Nice.
But I also, for spooky season, I kicked that off with, I'm reading this right now, Dark Bloom by Molly McCobb. And I actually just saw her comment in the chat, so she's here too. But it's a zombie book. It's pretty awesome.
Nice.
Nice.
It's a pretty cool cover.
That is, isn't it?
So, Nick, any idea when they're going to do more culling in your group? Because I know your book is still alive. You're not a semifinalist yet, but you're not out either. So, and you've been marked safe.
Yeah, so I'm stressed. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen this week. I'm in the Weatherwax group, and I think Esme is almost done with all of her books. She's got like 3 left to read. And let's see. So I'm still alive with 3 others she read previously, I think. And then she's reading a few more and picking one more semifinalist from those books. So I'm like, oh boy, I'm getting stressed, but I'm still alive. So I keep making it through the rounds of cuts somehow.
And Maddie, have you been a judge, or are you a judge for any of the competitions?
I'm gonna say no. I guess you could say I judge every author I read.
Oh, okay, not scary at all.
Right now.
I mean, I leave unbiased reviews, but I mean, the good thing about that is I get to pick all the books that I want to read, and so it's usually hardly ever a bad review. I've had a couple DNFs this year and 1 3-star read, but that was a part of my book challenge. Again, that was read a book you hated in high school.
Nice.
And it got a 3-star this time?
Yeah, but that's
DNF.
partially because it got a 3-star, because that would mean that I actually did read it. So this would be my second time reading it.
Wait. You actually read the book in high school when you're supposed to?
Right.
Wow.
That doesn't
I
happen
had
often.
strict parents, military dad, teacher, mom. I had no choice.
Oh yeah, you're screwed. Yeah, there's no way out of that.
So yeah,
what was the
it
book?
was The Giver.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I know.
I didn't finish it. I was supposed to read that in like 5th grade, and I was like, I think I read
I
2
can tell you-
chapters, and I wanted anything
Yeah.
else.
The movie's not bad, but it does downplay the part that I don't like from the book. So it's like, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. So I gave it 3 stars, but that's because for me, 3 stars is like it was not a me book, but it's definitely somebody else's book. And I'm not going to hate it because it's still good writing. I hardly ever give below 3 stars because, if it's below 3 stars and if it's a DNF, I just don't bother reviewing it because it's not my fault.
Yeah,
I didn't
fair.
like it.
Yeah.
Fair. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. See, when I was in school, they were Cliff Notes. Their Spark Notes did not exist.
But yeah, Cliff Notes.
Oh, yeah.
But is nobody else is in Space Bow except for me, correct?
Space Poe. First time I've heard that. I like it.
Well, how else? do you
Maybe
say-
next year I will be. I have a science fiction story. I was working with a friend, and we're like 80% done. We were hoping to be done by now. Next year, we'll try for it.
Nice.
Nice. So, yep, that starts October 1. So all the stress can be, on me now that I'm just laughing at the people in Spiffbo going,
Nice.
you're worried about getting axed. And yeah, it's about to start for me.
Well, Mike, best of luck.
Yeah, I have
Best of luck.
no
Hope it goes
expectations. So, in Spiffbo, my book was the first book cut in my group. So, I can only tie or do better.
That's right. It's tough to do worse. I like it.
I
Good
was going to
thinking.
say, in the science fiction one, though, they make sure they try to read the full book. And your beginning is extremely super strong. Like, maybe this I was coming off the Red Rising vibes addiction. I still have. But it just carried over so well into your book. And you took a switch on it. And I didn't, I liked what you did, and it surprised me. But I definitely had an introspective of, this is where I thought it was going. I'm okay with this. And so I think you're going to do pretty well, Mike.
I mean, I don't go in expecting to win or even thinking, I'm like, I just want a little publicity, maybe a review or two.
Yeah.
So,
That's the way to do it.
That's good.
And I'm curious now because I started reading Red Rising once and I hated it after just a couple chapters. And people was like, it has Red Rising vibes. I'm like, really? Wow. That's
Do I even like my own book? Oh no.
So now I'm like, do I read Red Rising again?
You should.
Book 1 is the weakest of the series, hands down.
Yep, it is.
If you don't want to sit and read it, borrow it from the library and get the audiobook version so you can listen to it and be done with it quicker.
Oh, I have the audiobook version. I have like 1,100 audiobooks. I'm very good at buying them.
Well, Mike, aren't you the
Are you
DNF
as good at
king?
listening to them?
As Nick is trying to say, I am very fast to DNF. So,
There's a good chance you have listened to most of the books you've purchased, but only for like 12 minutes each.
So, Nick, I have not read your book, so
that's fine. That's fine.
So I have not DNF'd. Yours is not a DNF. It's a.
I feel like it's a rite of passage to get DNF'd by you, Mike. So if you do, I would love to know. I'm going to use that in my marketing materials. One of these days, I'm going to do one of these shows from my car. One of these days, I'll do it.
And you'll hold up your book while you're the whole time.
The whole time.
I'll just be talking, answering like this.
That's right. The whole time.
When his book 2 comes out, his interviews will just be.
Yeah, it's gonna get really tough when I have to hold like 4 at the same time, but we're gonna see how that goes.
You build a shelf around your face.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Oh. So, what book would you recommend to people? Because I have a book. I arc read it for an author friend who's not really on Twitter, which is a shame. But J.R. White is his name. He writes weird Westerns. And I always tell people I'm not that big into Westerns. In the first book, the guy has to go and kill a werewolf. And if there's never another vampire or werewolf book, I would be thrilled. But somehow it works. I just absolutely love his writing. I just read it's the 3rd book in the series now, came out, Fortress of the Damned. Oh my God. It's a siege with hellish creatures trying to get into a whiskey fort in 1870s. Phenomenal.
Love it.
He's going to be on the show next month when he launches it next month. He hasn't released the cover yet, so I cannot actually show you the cover. Well, he's probably not watching the show, which means I probably should because that'll teach him. But I'd have to find it. So, and no, Tim, I am not reading a chunker. Although he is smart, he's playing the game well. He's like, it's actually 3 books in one. So even though it's 700 pages, it's books 1, 2, and 3. Sure. So I'm like, so I can think of it as a compendium and stop after a third of the way through. So.
And you could DNF 3 books in one.
That is true.
That would be a record.
That would work.
Oh. So anyway, who is an author that more people should be reading, Chris?
I think he's in the chat right now is Timothy Wolf. His novella.
And he is not saying LOL to your response, by the way.
Oh yeah, his I'm reading the first book of his trilogy.
Yeah, I just finished that.
Yeah, that's good. It's good. And his novella was really good too. So he is definitely someone people should check out.
So this has been the weirdest reading year for me because I saw Tim's first cover and it has an angel. I went to 12 years of Catholic school. If there's one thing that's going to turn me off is put a freaking angel on the cover. So for the longest time, like, I'm not reading that. Right. And then book 2 came out and there's a lizard king sitting on a throne. And I'm like, what the hell is going on in this world? And then book 3 came out, The Lord of Arrogance. It looks like an Inca sun mask or something. I'm like, what the? I have to read this to find out. So, and I absolutely love book 1. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Like I said, I read JR. Laura, I do not like cozy, but I loved your book. I'm like, everything I like this year is, I told It's El Montague that he wrote one about androids. Why do I care about androids? But again, love the book. So apparently I don't know what I like. Which is why I have to read a lot of books and DNF them so I can get to.
That's right.
So Nick, what is a book that more people should be reading?
Man, I've had a strange reading year too, with my whole life getting turned upside down this whole year in a good way. So I've actually only read 3 books this year. So I'll recommend all 3 of them right now. That would be Bloodwoven by G.J. Terrell, great book. And then the 2 arcs I'm reading right now, I really enjoyed them. Envoys of War by Dave Lawson and Falling into Oblivion by Aaron Payne. I would recommend all 3 of those. Very good books. I enjoyed all of them.
And no pressure on you, Maddie, but have you read 3 books this year?
I'm up to 90. I'm a 10 away from my 100 goal.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Don't list all 90.
Round of applause.
Wow.
But tell us some good ones that you've read this year.
I'm going to recommend 2 different fantasy ones. One is a cozy fantasy series, and it's by S. Usher Evans, and I'm on her ARC team, and I love them. It is the Weary Dragon Inn series, and I have read up through book 6, and she's got 7 and 8 out, and I think 9 is almost out, and she's working on 10. And 10 is the last one, and it's basically about this woman who came to own an inn in Pig's End. That's the name of their town, is Pig's End. Yes, there's a joke in the first book about it being called Pig's Butt.
I'm already in. I'm already in. I think I'm going to order it. I'm already in.
Yeah.
The audiobooks,
Yeah,
Deborah Baum, who narrates the audiobook, she does an amazing job. I really love that series. It's so much fun. The other series that I would recommend is by, I think it's T.B. Darragon or Tarragon, something like that. I know Liesl Hill writes them. I think she does it under a pseudonym or something. I happened to review her novella, The Hatchling, like 2 years ago, and then I never heard anything. And then somehow this year I stumbled across her in a fantasy book on Facebook asking for people to review a book. And I'm sitting here reading this amazing high fantasy novel called Sigil of the Dragon Children. And it's like 6 point of views, and it slowly merges into 3 point of views. And I'm sitting here going like, why is this so familiar? And it took me about 2 days to figure out why it was so familiar. But she's working on book 2 for that, and it was a really good read.
Nice. That's awesome.
Okay. And Laura, I mean, your book is a semi-finalist, so there's only a few out there that are better. But tell us.
I mean, I have a few semi-finalists up there. I was really proud of my writing group, by the way. But Bringer of the Scourge, this is underappreciated. It's a princess who breaks out of her own tower and takes on the big bad, and like she doesn't need rescuing. And that's what I love. The relationship story arc in this is fantastic. It is a heavier read, but I loved and adored it. And then I'm also going to say one of my favorite, Seeds of War, putting that up there again, unless he screws up that ending. That's definitely probably going to be a 5-star read. I am adoring the world building. I have connected to all the characters, even one that I don't like, but I get their motives, and it's just so well done. And then my other addiction, they were a indie published author, but now they are not. Matt Dinman, Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Yep.
I so love that. I need to do a video of that book and how it has influenced me as a reader and as a writer. There's some like themes that were addressed in there. I don't know. Like, I love Donut and everything. Like, I got into the story because of Donut. I stay because of Carl. And also, though, I will cry my eyes out if something happens to Ellie. That's a simple, like, kind of whole arc of that relationship. So if you haven't read Dungeon Crawler Carl, get the audiobooks. They are amazing. Jeff Hayes, the fact that he could do so many voices is incredible. And I've seen him do it live, and it gives me like goosebumps with how he just switches to his deep, manly voice of Carl to the high-pitched Donut without a breath. It's so odd to me, but that is such skill, and I highly recommend those. Yes. I love how she's against her posse being called the Donut Holes, too.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Just great. So, yes, I recommend those.
I also read that, and I'm not a big fan of Lit RPG, but there again, it's the weirdest reading year. So
Yes. Did you do the audiobook of it?
yes, of course.
Yes. Oh, it's incredible. What book are you on right now? Or have you
I've
finished them all?
finished them all so far. Yeah. Was it
Book
6?
7 comes out next month. I'm waiting for it. If it drops on my birthday, I'll be one really happy person. So please, Matt.
Let's see. Anything? Mr. Beast. How often
Mr.
do you
Beast this year?
Not to be confused with the
Yeah,
Mr.
right.
Beast.
I wish that was my name of my channel.
Yeah, I saw there's a 54-page lawsuit he's doing, but
Oh yeah.
But so how often do you put videos out?
Well, I do at least one short or two every day, and then I try to do a video every other day, like a long form video.
Oh wow! And did I ask you to recommend books?
Yeah, I said
Okay, my
10
memory's good.
books. Yeah.
Okay. So, and Maddie, how often do you put reviews out? Quite often, I guess, if you've read 90 books.
It depends on how many ARC reads I actually did do that month. Usually I can put out anywhere between 5 to 8 reviews in 1 month. And that's on all of the platforms because it takes a lot of work to remember where I posted it to make sure that I actually did that. But as far as my Instagram, like the last 2 weeks, I've put out 2 book reviews a week.
Nice.
So.
Wow.
Well
Okay.
done.
And now I'm going to give you all homework before you can leave.
Oh, come on.
Can I pass it off to my teenager?
Well, I'm going to ask you, who should we be interviewing on this channel that we have not interviewed yet?
Oh,
That's good.
So the break-ins are out. We've interviewed almost all of them.
No more break-ins. What about
And
the
the
secret
Secret
scribe?
Scribes.
I think we've done the Secret Scribes, most of them
Wow.
as well.
So you've done the broke downs?
The
Broken
broke
down. That was me.
I can't remember.
Wait, Mike, are you the broke down? Is that you?
I want to form a group, but everyone's too tired, so we never actually form a group. Me and JC and Byrne are going to be the Broken Downs.
I like that.
Nice.
I love it. They won't let me in. I'm too cheerful, apparently. I even tried pitching the gray hair.
Way too cheerful
Yeah.
and energetic.
is there any type of people you're looking for other than just silly and willing to come on here?
Well, I mean, those are the only ones that I would say.
I could recommend her. By the way,
who is this?
she does fantasy. By the way,
Okay, who is it?
AJ Alexander's. She loves D&D and everything. So
Oh, yeah, I know AJ.
Ooh.
yeah. You guys' names confuse me all the time.
I say, if you want a fantasy author, one that I can think of that would probably have lots of fun with this would be Tyler Edwards, and I could probably get in touch with him for you if you'd like. I've read all of his books too.
Okay, I know nothing about him, but that's kind of a bonus. We can ask him how he goes on Captain Janeway, and he won't know what he's walking into.
Just remember that she only does the walking, not the running.
Let's see. I would recommend, actually, you know what? I will recommend Jamie Jackson. She's a lot of fun. And she writes a ton of books. I don't know how she does it. I feel like she's got a new book coming out every other month.
Nice.
Yep.
Oof. And Chris, you can be a booktuber, it can be an author, it can be both.
Okay.
You can exceed.
I got a couple. I got two that I know love D&D, so they would love this thing for sure. But Molly McCobb, the one that wrote this book that was in the chat, she'd love it. And then Jake from Nerd Level Rising, the BookTube channel, he's an awesome guy. He would love this too. Both very cool people.
Cool. Okay, so this is what I told Ro that we're going to start doing at the end of every show, so we can find more people that we don't just interview the same people over and over. And
I'm not going to be on here again.
What's that?
I'm not going to be on here again.
Oh yeah, you will. Don't worry.
Once you're on here, though, they're like the creature we just created. They keep pulling you
Right?
back. to something.
Grabs you with all those limbs.
It doesn't help that I'm on both of their ARC teams.
You know, once our jawless mouth gets into you, you can't be free.
At least I know it's not poisonous. So
That's true. Yeah.
Molly, you just volunteered.
Oh, you poor person. Listen, this is my third time here. You're gonna get sucked in. They're gonna keep asking you to come back. You're gonna say yes. It's just a vicious cycle, really.
Nick, I was going to say, I think you and I have been on the same time.
Yeah, we have.
That was on purpose because the one that you two on in with GJ, I mean, that's still
That was fun.
After we're done, Ro and I are like, oh my God, can we do more like that? I'm like, well, I don't know if they're free tomorrow, but
That was fun. That was a good time.
That was
Absolutely.
a lot. I was crying.
Yeah.
during
Oh, yeah.
that. I was laughing so hard.
Yes, that one,
So-
Tim.
yep.
my only question is, do we get copies of said art when it's finished?
Ooh.
The rule is that we all own it, so really no one owns it. So yes, I posted on Twitter. I will post it on Instagram because I have an Instagram now and I should remember to use it. Maybe.
Don't worry, I'll bug you.
So yeah, I will be sending it off this week, so I'll probably get it by the end of the month.
Cool.
So
Awesome.
and we will have the caterpillar.
Love
Yes.
So, let's see. Other than that, is there anything that people want to talk about, or are we finished?
I really love that name, caterpillar, in a sense, because if it's hanging too low, it'll finish the stalactite and make it a pillar at the end with its little wings wrapped
Oh,
around.
Wow.
The image is great.
This name just keeps
And
on
now
giving.
Mike's like, I gotta put that in.
It's going in the
Yeah.
notes.
And if the artist is like, this is really creative, like, thank you, I came up with it myself.
Oh,
And if he's
if
like,
you guys
what
don't watch Meg's Mashables, you gotta. It's hilarious. This is kind of what it reminds me of. Meg's Mashables. I know she's on TikTok and Instagram. She literally takes random creatures and she'll even let her followers pick them. Her last series was Sesame Street and carnivores.
Oh.
It was
That's
very interesting.
Oh no.
I know
It
we
was
had
no
the-
longer cookies he was calling out for.
She did it. I believe Oscar the Grouch was a trapdoor spider.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all. Ugh.
So, and I
Oscar's
think
my favorite.
Elmo was a crocodile, and I know she did Cookie Monster, but I can't remember what it was.
Oh man.
But she's
I
got
love
some
it, but I hate
funny
it.
Mashables.
Yeah.
So because I like to make poor choices, I have on order a 7-inch action figure of Vizzini, which I'm going to put behind me. The inconceivable guy.
Oh,
That's
And-
awesome.
And then once I started down this path, I was like, oh, look, you can get Statler and Waldorf also.
uh-oh.
So they're going to be over my shoulder. Here, Rose Book is going to get kicked off the pedestal there, and I'm going to have my action figures. And since we were
Next
talking
thing
about
you're saying you're gonna hire a ventriloquist.
Oh, yeah.
And since we were just talking about Oscar the Grouch, I just wrote it down that I have to go looking for an Oscar the Grouch now because this is
Mike, this is never going to stop. Once you get one or two action figures.
at least don't call them dolls; they're action figures.
That's right.
That's right.
I had this conversation with my mom 30 some odd years ago.
Don't worry, you'll still have that
Oh, wait.
conversation.
That puts me in my 20s. 40 years ago. So, okay. Well, thank you everyone for this. I
Thank
can't
you.
wait for the artwork. And it will go into the halls of strange creatures that no one has any real use for. Bill Adams did say that he was going to use the Samboni in his next book.
That's awesome.
Or was it the Lunosaur? I don't know. One of them. He's like, I can use this in my next book. I'm like, perfect. I'll send you the artwork.
And say if any of you 3 authors here use it in your book, you gotta let me know.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Well,
I can think of an easy way to slip that in.
I think we could like little Easter eggs or something. I think I could do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So now everyone's going to wonder, what the hell is a Samboni and why are all these people having it in their book? What did I miss?
Someone gets really
The
into
Easter
indie books,
egg.
and they just read a bunch of books with the same monster. Like, what the hell is this inside joke?
You know, I don't want to be rich and famous. I want that to happen. And I want to be, this show is the cause of it.
That's right.
That's
Yes,
my
that
life's
would be an
ambition
epic
now.
achievement.
Yeah, the dedication will be to those who know.
To those who have fallen, to the cat a pillow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mike, so much for this. This was a ton of
This
fun.
was a lot of
It
fun.
was.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Mike.
Okay, and you know you all will be back on the show soon.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
Okay, well, thank you, everyone. It's now time to wave awkwardly.